Hello there, welcome back to France. As we left off last time, we ended up in the Regency Council. Currently we have to deal with this, of course. The Regency Council is for 6 more years. We have a 214 Regency Council. It isn't the best for expansionist views because we need admin points. Jacques von Habsburg, the heir 442, is quite a bit better. In terms of achievement, we're actually getting pretty close. Berlin should be a very easy grab. Again, we still have Mecklenburg here allied with just Brunswick now. But again, once we conquer Scandinavia, it should be a very easy grab because I'm pretty sure we can deal with, even though Austria is big, we will be able to deal with them. We're still allied with them, of course. I can still use them to my, or for my devices. I've also revised a little bit while at home. I'm recording this on the 2nd of July. I've basically been home now for a couple of weeks. And basically here what's... I'm just back to record, if you will. Basically what I've figured out here is that, for starters, the admin tag now has been changed. Administrative efficiency here works in a completely different way. The increase by 25% is actually a decrease in coring costs by 25%. So basically by admin tag 27, you get a minus 50 to your coring cost. So basically late game expansion is the way to go. You should just set up early, and to be perfectly honest, I think we've done a pretty good job of doing just that, setting up early here. If I manage to set up a base in India, etc., we could potentially try and just conquer Europe and this area here in, well, training, if you will, for a world conquest, just to see how I would do. But with that said, we're going to continue where we left off. Currently we don't really have anything interesting happen. We have some Russian separatists, we have some Karelian separatists, and of course we do have to deal with these guys. Apparently the new conquered areas, I completely forgot about the fact that I should give them some autonomy. Also apparently, since I just loaded the game, I'm having some issues with high unrest, but I should probably just allow it to go a month, and that will solve most of the problems. So apparently everything resets every time you, well, reload the game. So rebel uprising chances here in Russia now are severely limited. Karelian we have in Neva and Ingermanland. So we might as well go ahead and just solve that issue out. The provinces themselves won't give me much of anything anyway, so it's not a big problem. And we'll have to see how we want to deal with this. Currently, Lithuania town with Scandinavia, Poland, and Bohemia, so we don't really want to mess with Lithuania. We mostly just want to mess with Scandinavia, to be perfectly honest. And with that said, we will be messing with them. So for the time being, I'll fabricate claims on the two remaining, or one remaining Norwegian province, and we'll probably end up in a situation here where we will be declaring war on Norway soon. There's no good reason for me to actually improve relations with the Popey, because I do actually have him as a rival here. Did not realize I had done that, but I did, so that's a problem. But anyways, for now we'll just allow time to pass. We'll try and let the Regency Council go. I'll be aiming at saving up some money rather than spending on upgrades right now, because the fact is that I have a very strong army right now, but I want some money in backhand in case I get in trouble. And of course we're still going to be spending military points to get development up. Again here, just in case it hasn't been realized yet, I'll probably make a video which will come out around the 5th or 6th of July. But anyways, I'll probably go over development and everything there, as well as forts. I know that I don't know forts too well, but most of the time when I complain that someone walked into my land, it's mostly just because Lithuania just walked straight to Austria, for instance, and ended up in my lands instead of fighting, well, Austria. So we'll have to deal with that. Last time they almost occupied Paris, so I might, with the amount of cash that I have at the moment, I might consider just switching things up and, well, trying to fix that problem. So, colonial region here. We have Louisiana, which I actually want to complete, if you will. I should have a colonist now. There we go. And the goal will actually be to create or complete the colonial region of Louisiana here, just to get the colony up and running. We do have a French Mexico, we do have, well, some other things, and of course we do have to deal with England, but for now I'm pretty confident in just leaving them alive as colonizers. I do need to deal with Holland though, more so than anything else. I just need a casus belli or something like that. They basically just got banished to this tiny little island, which is troublesome. But for the time being, as I said, we'll run that Regency Council and then we'll figure out what we want to do in terms of expansion. I also did completely forget about the fact that we do have a loan. We'll repay that right away. Boom. We're poor again, sadly, but we do at least have, well, everything paid up, which is at least a tiny benefit. In terms of tech, I think we're just going to focus on keeping ourselves at the highest military tank as we can. It's actually going to be quite important. I think I'm also going to choose most likely quantity ideas, just because extra manpower, recovery speed, regiment cost, maintenance, basically everything here is actually useful. So I think we're going to go with quantity as our third idea set here. And probably a fourth idea set, depending on how expansive we actually are, will probably be administrative ideas, because of the fact that the three first here will be very useful. Mercenary cost minus 25%, the minus 25 to cause, and of course the minus 33% mercenary maintenance will also be useful if we decide to employ mercenary armies to basically do sieging for us at later dates. Basically mercenary manpower, but my cannons, if you will. So we'll have to see how we want to deal with that. But at the moment, I don't think there's anywhere else we do want to fabricate claims at the moment, and the reason is very, very straightforward and simple. If I fabricate claims anywhere else, I'll probably just end up in trouble, but we will fabricate a claim on Trøndelag, and there's no reason to fabricate claims to something that I can't get anyways. So before we actually... revolt in France. Marie de Medici was married to Henry the Fourth in 1600. After his assassination in 1610, she became a regent for her son Louis XIII and went on to reverse a lot of policies set by her husband. Killed the noble rebels with dignity, I guess, Jerome. This could be a little bit of a problem. Noble rebels are usually rather tough, and to be perfectly honest, in France I don't really have a huge amount of troops. So it's a 4-shock general too, just to make matters worse. So we'll have to see how this goes. Worst case scenario, I'll have to actually create another army in the area, which, to be frank, is probably not a bad idea. Just another 12k army. Apparently I cannot afford this right now. I need 235 coins, so we'll have to wait. But they will take a couple of provinces, but we should be able to beat the noble rebels in the end, I hope. 10 local autonomy. That is actually going to be a problem. But I just need to wait 1 more month, then we'll try and rally an attack. If not, then I'll have to move troops back home. To be perfectly honest, I also have to start moving troops to England. But I'm a little bit unsure what I want to fight first. England with East Frisia and Utrecht, most likely. Then we can focus on Scandinavia after that. So I'll be moving these troops here to England to make the sieges go smoothly. And I'm very tempted to leave England as a 2-province minor, just to make them easier controllable in the future. Let's see now if we can move these guys before these guys start moving. 6th of July, that's perfectly fine. Let's speed down here a little bit and see how the battle goes. They do actually have some artillery themselves, so this could go badly, but it seems like we will come up with a very easy victory here. I was really negative due to the 4-shock general, but we pulled it off. Can't complain about that. Seems like we also have quelched the Scottish separatists, apparently, are popping up, which is a problem. Truce of Burgundy, Cologne and Milan has ended, so we can wage more wars. But for now, we'll sit back and relax. So far, there's nothing interesting to report, except for the fact that we can tech up here. And we're going to go ahead and take scientific experimentation, level 14 admin tech, and with that we'll get another group of ideas, as well as building our plantations. And as I said, I'm very tempted to take the quantity idea set, just simply because of the fact that we'll get a huge amount of manpower that will make us, well, far more powerful than we already are. So I would not be too concerned about that. It should give us everything we'd need for eternity, if you will. So I think we're going with quantity here, also because I am using a lot of ideas or points and everything else. And basically, to be perfectly honest, everything I've mostly spent on Paris myself is military power. So we'll leave that as is. We'll go for quality ideas here, and I'm actually going to just go ahead and take the first two, and then we're probably going to focus on tech or military tech later. It's still 8 years, so I'm going to try and make the best use of my points, even though that might give me a couple of losses. We'll be focusing on beating Austria in the long run, so I need to actually do this because Austria do have 100,000 men. They do have a 100,000 man army, and if I want to beat them, I'll have to do it on my own premise. As you can see, they have 100,001, I have 156. I do have a far larger force limit. I also created 24,000 more men here. The Pope is my rival, and I will fight him as soon as the truce runs out, because I do have claims on Umbria, as you can see, until 34, and we also have the same on Ancona here. And since they're allied with Lucca, I could also use this opportunity to feed some provinces to Genoa, and of course we're going to take that opportunity since the Prince sends itself so neatly to us. So I think the plan here is actually a couple of wars in quick succession. For starters, we're going to fight most likely right away England, and then we're going to also deal with the Pope. Then we have Castile and most likely Scandinavia, Lithuania, and well, of course Norway too. So we'll have to see how we want to deal with this, but it's still a little bit more time, still 3 more years until the Regency Council is done, so I'll sit back again and we'll see how things turn out. I have grandiose plans. Let's see if I can actually pull them off here. Antioch's peasants are risen up in Baracoa. Okay. Can you guys deal with them? It's peasants. To be perfectly honest, I could probably send a fleet over there with no repercussions whatsoever, so we're going to do that. Just send a fleet here to help them out. There is, quite honestly, no good reason not to. The colonial bug here still haven't been fixed, by the way. The AI just simply won't colonize, except for England, of course, so we'll have to see how we want to deal with that later. And apparently everyone got pissed at me right now, because we have arrogant administrators. So I'll have to deal with that, but for the time being, we'll sit back. I will not be fabricating any more claims until I actually know that we can take down what we have. So, in the meantime, what we will be doing is improve relations with Austria and Poland, because they are... I just need them to be friendly to me. Seriously, if I can just keep them friendly for a little while, I can easily get myself into war with Brandenburg later, where I can potentially, well, make something work here. The easiest way is just to clear war in England, as you can see, and then have East Frisia, which actually isn't a part of the whole Roman Empire, by the way, calling their allies, but that would, of course, that would actually work, hilariously enough. It would also bring in Scandinavia, though. So I'll have to plan that out as I want, and if I do that, I could, for instance, take Greifswald here, so I can fabricate a claim on my own. Of course, Austria will not be very happy about that, but, well, it's come to the point anyways where I should start to fight Austria, and to be perfectly honest, if Austria does something, well, if I weaken Austria, the Ottomans will take advantage. I am pretty certain, even though they don't have any claims at the moment, which might be a bad sign. But we'll figure that out as we go. For now, I'll sit back, relax, and watch as these guys shred the Pope. We'll be back very soon. Well, just as I started to gang up on the Pope, we get a couple of things happening here. For starters, we have the Papal State, which means that it's no longer a valid rival for me. The Dietarian, with the failure of the Evangelical Union to successfully challenge the Emperor, the Imperial Parliament has convened in a diet to proclaim Catholicism as sole confessional faith of the whole Roman Empire. Electors to follow the different confession will be stripped of their privileges, and the Emperor is given broad authority to enforce Catholic unity within the Empire. Apparently, Catholic Empire happened to us. Missionary strength +1, legitimacy, and authority. Why did this happen to me? I am not part of the Empire. Well, apparently it happened to me too, so I can't complain. I got some free buffs here. Pretty good buffs too. Yellow legitimacy, as you can see. Authority, not the best thing, but tolerance through fate and missionary strength will definitely be useful. So we could probably put that to good use. Also, of course, if I manage to get my hands on Jerusalem, that would probably also be helpful. But again, Regency, we'll sit back and wait. Who do we want to pick as new rival is the big question. Russia, you are actually the perfect choice. I might just leave the Pope alone right now. And what I mean by that is I'll not conquer anything myself. I'll hand it to Genoa, more so than anything else. And in that sense, I should probably consider declaring on Lucca, but I don't want to, so we'll not be doing that. Because it would be stupid and put me in a very awkward position. So we'll not do that. But I'll probably end up finding the Pope anyways. Umbria and Ancona are two very good provinces and will help, well, unify my Italian lands. Do I want to take the exploration idea? It will allow me to complete my ideas, give me a little bit of discipline. It could be useful. And I'm not actually going to do anything bad diplomatically in the future, as far as I know. So I should be fine. Should be, is the, well, dangerous term here. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. 2 to heretics and heathens tolerance, which is good. Potentially dangerous since they might convert on their own here, but at least that should stop some of the revolts, hopefully. And, well, global tariffs plus 20%. What else can we do here? I need to complete my economic ideas if I want to do that. I could do this. Absolute monarchy. I just need a admin skill 5 ruler, which is going to be hard, but it's going to give me some very nice bonuses here, as you can see. So it could be very useful to get that off if I can just find someone who could make that happen. Well, we could found the East India Trading Company. I kind of want to get to East Asian Trade Port then. List privateers. Not really too much else here that's interesting. But I'll await the Regis Council to end, and then we'll end this episode. It's been a very boring one. I do apologize. Well, this is kind of funny. It's just a tidbit of information here. This is a 62-year-old 666 Doge here that Milan has. It's a republic though, so it's probably been re-elected, so, well, still impressive. I'll give them that. But for the time being, there hasn't actually been anything interesting happening here. My manpower is steadily growing here from 160 to 217 with the plus 50%. That's useful. I think in this case we want to get that missionary strength because we're not going to be taking up anytime soon. And to be perfectly honest, I'm still planning on attacking the Pope because I do want to unite basically Italy under me, and I'll probably use Genoa for that. Well, exercise in conquest, because as long as I don't piss off Austria or Poland or any of the big guys here to the point where they would join a coalition against me, I'm perfectly fine. But I do have some problems here, like Tunisia. I need to deal with them, but I don't want to mess with the Ottomans. To be perfectly honest, I don't want to weaken the Ottomans, and the reason for that is very straightforward. I don't want to put them in a position where they will end up in a war with me, because they can be very useful puppets on their own. Reformed zealots in the Popery. This is going to be funny to watch. We might get a reformed papal state. But, yeah. This could get very interesting. I might not actually end up declaring war here on the Popery then. Jax is the new ruler, 442. We have a 125 heir, which is going to get put in general duty as soon as he can, because I need those admin points more so than anything else. But now comes the big choice here. Who am I to attack? I will not be using my fleets in this war, most likely. I'll have no use for them. I will have a war with England, of course, East Frisia and Utrecht. Not really, again, your most dangerous opponents, if you will. So we're going to call back the Austrian diplomat because I don't really have too much faith in him. And we're basically going to end up, I think, declaring war on England first, just conquering the English claims that we have. Just, well, make the map look a little bit prettier, if you will. The claims are also running out pretty soon, 23, 27, or 22, and 21. So what we're going to do is actually start the fabrication of the final claim, and then we're going to declare war. It should be very simple, very straightforward, and we'll have to see. Again, I think I might end up declaring war on the Pope to just conquer basically both those two provinces. It's a awkward situation, but we'll figure that out tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you next time. Bye!